This is a tutorial on how to do image stitching within the Nikon Elements software. As with any image capture sequence, it's important to make sure that you have the correct calibration selected before beginning to capture an image. So currently we have our 5x objective where we're looking at this upper tip of this sample. So to begin the image acquisition for stitching, I can say acquire, left click acquire, and then left click manual large image. So I left click that, and then a window pops up, which is the manual large image grabbing window. So there's a couple of things that we can turn off, turn on, just initially to get started. One of the things that's helpful is to have this option toggle where we can show the live image window and simultaneously the window of our stitched image as it's being constructed. So if we left click that, then we get our image that splits. So we have our live image that's here on the left, and then we have the image that's on the right that will show the individual fields that get added to the image, which will eventually become our final stitched image. Auto shading correction, because of this particular microscope that we're using, it's using reflected light, bright field, so this shading correction should be pretty good. Having this enabled as it is now, where it's pressed in, it's this kind of white color as opposed to this gray color. Having this option enabled can kind of help smooth image boundaries between each field and can kind of help blend things better. So to get started, I can say start, left click start, or as you'll notice in the screen dialog that appears, I can also press the space bar on the keyboard. This actually might be a bit easier to use when you're actually in the middle of the stitching. So I'll do what it says. I'll hit the space bar. Now I've got my image that's here. So now, because I know that my sample goes down in this direction, down this way, I'm going to move the microscope stage, and you can see my live image on the left being adjusted, and I'm going to go down a bit more. And then I get to maybe where I've got a third or a quarter of the image left. Now I press the spacebar again, and then that adds it to here. So then I keep going further down, and I try to leave a bit of an overlap between each field, each adjacent field, because I want to make sure that the software. I'm going to press spacebar again. I want to make sure that the software has adequate enough overlap between each field so that the pattern recognition can work the best. So same thing, press spacebar again. Then we should be just about to the end. So something like that. Spacebar again. So now my image is captured and I've got the entire sample selected. So now I can come up and I can left click finish. So this is going to finish the stitching process and then stitch the image all together. And so using my scroll wheel on the mouse, I can just simply scroll in, scroll out. When I scroll in, I can left click, hold and drag. Left click, hold and drag and release to move my image around. Left click, hold and drag and release. I can scroll all the way through. I can also bring my cursor over to the side and use these bars where I can zoom in, where I can move up and down the image, side to side, zoom out. And then because I have the calibration selected, I can do manual measurements in any part of the image that I've captured and that's been stitched together. So if I want to do a simple line, I can left click, come up to the top, left click, hold and drag, left click, hold and drag all the way down to the bottom, and then left click, hold, and then release the left mouse button, and that sets my measurement. Alternatively, if I want to zoom in on any portion, I can left click, hold and drag at various regions. Finally, as with any captured image, if you want to put a scale bar in, you can left click the scale bar, use our cursor tool to readjust it, left click our cursor tool, hover over the scale bar and then left click. And then finally, I can left click the save icon up in the top left corner. Rename it. Choose where I want it to get saved to, whether it be on any map drive or anywhere. Amount of compression. If we want this time, if we want the annotations, burn annotations. If we want our measurements and our scale bar, this digital non-destructive layer, to stay with the image when it's saved, then you can do that as well. One thing I should add, we'll cancel this. One thing you can also do is if you go to image and then say crop, if you want to get rid of some of this stepping that can sometimes occur, you can left click crop and then left click, hold and drag around your image like so. And then you get the edges set. This window pops up. You can say OK, or you can type in maybe different parameters for where you want your crop. You can also hover over any of the edges and reposition them, etc., etc. And then when you're ready, you can say OK. I think we might pull this in a bit more. Something like that. I've got my scale bar. I've got my upper edge here, etc., etc. OK, that'll look good. Now we'll say left click, OK. So then the image is now cropped, and we've got this here. So then, again, back to where we were before, left click the save icon. We'll do same, pick the location, anywhere you want. We're going to save it to the desktop right now. Stitch image tutorial. We want burn annotations, compression, etc. Say save, and then that will save the image out to the desktop right here. So double left click and then it will open, and then you can use as desired. So that's a tutorial on how to capture a stitched image in the Elements software.